Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentri. We are here, folks. It is football season as college football is getting ready to get underway. Week 0. Now, I know that pisses you off, Tyson, but until they change vernacular, we got to refer to it as week 0.
I'm grown, dude. I'm not nearly as angry as I've been. I'm good. You call it whatever you want, guys.
Normally, when you get older, you get crankier, but Tyson's getting more chill. He's a chill old guy, folks. What we got today, though, week 0. So, this is just a little appetizer. Week 1 is insane.
Yeah,
so we're going to do a preview of that. We're going to do everything. But if you guys weren't riding with us last year, we've had the audience grow. What we do, we just give out picks in the show. Like, we just come in, we give out picks. Now, Tyson's flinching a little bit. We didn't have a great year last year.
Or good, or I didn't even have a subpar. This was the worst performance of my lifetime.
And it's just in time for rebound.
Yep.
Because I think Tyson and I, we've talked about this, folks, and we're making this a little bit longer than we normally do just because there's not a ton of games. But, the clock change and, the transfer stuff, I think it's been hard to kind of understand, like, where to bet college football, especially early in the going. And that's really where we've run into trouble is early in the season. It's like we're playing catch up. I think we've kind of got a handle on it this year.
I mean, no excuses, dude. It's hand up over here. The clock can do whatever it wants. The transfer portal can do whatever it wants. I got to be better.
That's true. So I'm going to knock on wood, though, because I hope I didn't just jinx us. Because last year, I didn't freaking win a single bet in week 0. So I'm trying to avoid that here. And if you were hearing that and your ears perk up, you're like, I'm fading everything. Do not fade me this year. I'm telling you guys. This is going to be the year of the I Said What I Said podcast in college football. So, again, I'm kind of setting the table for everything before we dive right into our picks. What we're going to do this year is, because it's week 0, we're not going to have the parlay of the week, but we are bringing that back. So Tyson and I are going to figure out, we're going to give out 2 legs that we like, and that's going to kind of wrap up our weekend parlay. We're also going to give out our play of the week. That's going to be worth 2 units. And the rest of the plays that we give out are going to be worth 1 unit each. So as it kind of says in the title, play of the week, that's our favorite play of that week. So we're putting a little bit more weight on it, and that's how we're going to get into things. Tyson's feeling confident. He's ready to get back. And here we go. You guys know what time it is.
It's money-making time.
All right. I finished with the better record last year, so I'm going to start off. Hopefully, I do not give you the T-box back. That is my goal this year.
I don't think this week you can give it back to me at all. No foreshadowing intention, but or lockstep.
We are pretty lockstep, so it's either going to be good for us or bad for us. So I'll start here. I'm going to go with my play of the week to start. UNLV laying 26.5 minus 110 against Idaho State. Now, Tyson's familiar with Idaho State because he's a big FCS guy, but Dan Mullen's coming over to take over at UNLV following the departure of Barry Odom to Purdue. This is going to be a statement game, I think, for Dan Mullen, where he's got 2 quarterbacks he wants to run, where they're going to be running the football a lot. And Idaho State lost a ton in the trenches compared to last year. So I think UNLV is going to run wild. And Tyson, what we've seen before in the past, if with running offenses and the clock keeps running, Dan Mullen's not going to take his foot off the gas because he's got a quarterback competition he wants to figure out. So I think this is going to be get up early, get up big, and let's keep running up the score. Let's get off to a good regime here under Dan Mullen in year 1.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the goal. Idaho State was middle of the pack in the Big Sky last year, and as you said, they got hit pretty hard. It's just like 4 touchdowns in week 0 is hard for me to get to.
I'm wondering how big the talent disparity is, because so many people, either graduated, some of them went to the NFL, transferred out at the departure of Odom, but, a lot of guys transferred into UNLV. I mean, if you're going to be a mercenary in college football, there's worse places to play than Vegas.
Yeah, there's worse places to start your season than hosting Idaho State.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what's your play of the week?
My play of the week is going to be Hawaii, minus 2.5 here. Hosting Stanford. This is just kind of a yearly tradition for us here, Brad, is like, can we get Timmy Chang early? Like, can we get to this Hawaii thing as quickly as we can? I think that we when we talked about Stanford, we were like, I think this might be the worst team in college football. And I think it starts early. We were talking before the show. I think I also like Hawaii first half here. I think it's 24? Or Hawaii first half money line, excuse me, minus 130. That's what I have in the slip. But At the same time, I don't want to lose this in 30 minutes. We're trying to be a little better here. I think Hawaii is going to win this game by more than a field goal. I think Stanford stinks.
Yeah, I'm on this play with you. So as Tyson alluded to, so I'm laying to 2.5 minus 105 here on FanDuel as well. Now, this is interesting because Stanford opened as the favorites, and they were the 2.5-point favorite. It's flipped all the way to Hawaii minus 2.5. Is that public money? I don't think so. That's a lot of sharp money pushing there. We're kind of at the point, though, where I would not play this at 3. Like, I think you want to be under this number, and there's a good chance that, Stanford's still a P4 school, but the difference between the Stanford of the past when they went and like just destroyed Hawaii, like a lot of people transferred out because of the firing of Troy Taylor. So I think Hawaii under Timmy Chang has got it rolling a little bit more. I think they're more familiar with the offense. The program's a little bit more stable compared to what it was. So I'm with you here. I'm taking a shot on Hawaii to pull off a big one in week 0.
Can you tell the people who's the interim head coach at Stanford?
Frank Reich. That's all you need to know right there, folks. Tyson, I'll give up my third one here because I got 4 and you have 2. I'm going to roll with Kansas State minus 3, minus 110 on DraftKings. As we're going to go over to Dublin, Ireland, and we're going to get this thing rolling early. I just think Kansas State has more continuity compared to Iowa State early in the season, and that's what I'm looking for. So Rocco Becht and Avery Johnson are back for both. But Rocco Becht loses 2 NFL wide receivers, loses some guys up front. Meanwhile, Kansas State, yes, they lost DJ Giddens, but it's a running back. Like, you can get guys, especially we've seen at Kansas State, be able to come in, especially with an offensive mind at the head coach like Chris Kleiman. So I think Kansas State is more poised to win this game here. Now, you go overseas and everything can be wonky, right? We saw what Georgia Tech did, and it's like, whoa, how they upset Florida State. Well, it turned out Florida State stinks. So are we going to have a definitive statement on this one? I'm not sure, but I do think Kansas State is the better football team here. So I'm going to take them laying the points.
I'm on this with you. Kansas State hasn't covered in the last, I think, 5 Farmageddons that we've had here. But here's the thing, dude, is Iowa State's going to run a 3-man front on defense. Is Kansas State the offense that you want to try that out against for the first time? You know what I'm like? Kansas State's going to control the line of scrimmage. They're going to win the game. That's kind of where my head goes. Avery Johnson last year, I think he fumbled on the first possession. These games have been crazy. Like, they combined for 60 points the last 2 times. So if you just want to root for chaos, you can go that way. But I just think physicality wins early.
And my last play here, and I got to admit, this is one I probably shouldn't have played this, Tyson, but I'm going to admit, guys, we've been fiending for football. I want a little bit of action, and I'm always a Western Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take them laying 10. That's minus 112 on DraftKings against Sam Houston, because what happened this offseason? Casey Keeler leaves. He goes to Temple. There is a mass exodus going to Temple with him or going to other places. And so that's a huge change. And I got Phil Longo coming in, who wants to be this air raid guy compared to what Keeler was running, where it's control and ball control. Let's let our defense eat. So 2 vastly different mindsets coming in. Is one offseason enough to completely change things, especially when you have a ton of talent leaving? Now, Western Kentucky, there's a lot of new faces on this offense and a lot of new faces on this defense. So that does concern me a little bit, Tyson. But Western Kentucky is really good in this league. And no matter who is there the past few years, they've suited up and they've played and competed in the Conference USA. Tyson Helton's a great coach. So I'm backing him. Now, Maverick McIver, what a sick name, too.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's good.
Put it on the Maverick, man. So I'm going to lay the juice here. I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I just think Western Kentucky has the continuity. I have no clue how Sam Houston's going to look. So let's go with the Toppers.
Here's the thing for everybody at home is if Western Kentucky covers this number and they look good, you have found Brad's play of the week for the next 12 weeks. Like, he's going to be all over the Hilltoppers for the rest of the season.
Well, just wait till the Texas State schools start playing. Then, then we'll really see. Although North Texas seems like they're not going to be too good this year. I love Dilfer, but Tyson, I can't bet him anymore. I mean, he's maybe living in a hut, for Christ's sake. He's been so bad there.
UTSA's got you.
UTSA's got me. I think we're gonna be riding the meep a lot this season. I have a feeling. All right, that's it. 4 plays for me, 2 plays for Tyson as we take on this appetizer that is week 0. But this is just us getting started. So Tyson, tell everybody where they can find the rest of our plays, not just in college, but across the board.
It'll be in the Discord app. Group name, as I said, what I said. Link is in the description. As Brad said, all college plays, NFL plays, MMA, whatever you're betting on, there's just a channel in there for you. Hop in there. Tell us what you're picking. We had some people get crazy hot during the NFL season last year. And so if you want to just hop in there and see, hey, this guy's got a lot of green check marks next to what he's putting. I'm going to tell that, go for it. But whatever you're into, there is something for you.
And in the meantime, like, subscribe, and share the show. We're just getting started in the football season. We've been doing previews. So if you're like, okay, I need to catch up a little bit. This snuck up on me because it does a lot of people. We understand that. We previewed the Power Four. So Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and the Big 12 and the SEC. I almost forgot it. Tyson almost slapped me through the screen. Go check those out because we give you a ton of nuggets on every single team in there. So if you're trying to catch up, it's 4 hours of your time. We got you covered on 4 separate episodes, plus NFL stuff because that's right around the corner too, guys. So we're in the middle of our preview. That's all throughout our channel, so don't miss a single thing. Stay subscribed here on the YouTube channel. Stay subscribed on the podcast form. Smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. 5 stars if you're listening to podcast form. Share it with somebody you know. Share it with a stranger. Share it with somebody you hate. Doesn't matter. Mom, dad, grandpa, whatever the case may be. We're ready for a huge football season. Week 0. Let's make some cashola. We'll talk to you guys next week. Till then, peace.